Is it just me, or does it feel like Hermitcraft isn't as active as it used to be? In Seasons 6 and 7, the Hermits were insanely active, progressing, interacting, and many of them posting episodes twice a week. Season 8 wasn't as busy as Season 6 or 7, but most of the Hermits still seemed pretty active. And then we have Season 9. Now, don't get me wrong, a lot of stuff has happened in Season 9, but many of the Hermits seem to be going on breaks way more often than they used to. Mumbo Jumbo, Iskall85, Rendog, even Grian. Are these all coincidences, or is there a bigger factor into play? Where is everybody, and what is going on? We're going to try to dive into the causes of what I'd like to call the Great Hermitcraft Burnout. Alright, let's first take a look at Mumbo Jumbo. Mumbo is someone who recently came back from his giant hiatus. Mumbo stopped uploading Hermitcraft and Minecraft videos starting in early 2022, but he came back to Minecraft in October. Only a couple months ago did he come back to Hermitcraft. Now, I'm not going to talk about him too much in detail because I already made a video about his absence, which you can click right above if you want. But basically, Mumbo started losing interest in making Minecraft videos during 2022, which is why he took a break. But now that he's back, it seems like he's regained his interest again. As for Iskall, his situation seems to still be ongoing. Iskall's had a history of on and off breaks starting from the end of Season 7, and these breaks usually last like half a season. I also made a video about Iskall's whereabouts, so I'm not going to go into much detail either. As of now, Iskall hasn't posted a Hermitcraft episode in 8 months, but he still frequently posts Vault Hunter videos. In a recent update video he posted around a month ago, Iskall stated that he's lost a lot of interest in vanilla Minecraft, which is why he focuses on modded now, but he also said he's coming back to Hermitcraft pretty soon. Very similar to Mumbo, don't you think? Now, in my Iskall video, I predicted that Iskall would be back on Hermitcraft in June, but we're already more than halfway through and we still have nothing from him. Now, I don't exactly remember where I heard this, but I heard something big came up, which is why Iskall still hasn't posted any Hermitcraft. At this point, I feel like there's no knowing when he's coming back. Alright, then we have Grian. Grian's situation is pretty interesting. Back in Seasons 7 and 8, he'd post videos like twice a week, but now Grian's uploading schedule is a little wonky. He's gone on a couple month-long breaks throughout the season, each ending up in big returns like Episode 17, The Return, Episode 33, A Fresh Start, Episode 35, Reunited, or Episode 36, The Incident. Now, in Episode 17, Grian gave some insight into what was going on and why his upload schedule was changing. He stated that constantly uploading Hermitcraft was starting to give him pressure, and he's had difficulties coming up with new ideas. So he wanted to make his content a bit more varied, and that he'd start posting Hermitcraft only around every 2 weeks or so. Well, it was more like months for that matter, and though Grian did post some other forms of content, like with Limited Life, Minecraft Legends, The Escape Room, he only ever posted one non-Minecraft video, which was a Roblox video. Other than that, he still seemed to post mainly Hermitcraft. Now, I also heard that a major reason why Grian doesn't focus on Hermitcraft as much as before was because of a struggle with his goals for the season. Now, this kind of ties in with the whole creative idea block thing, but Grian said that the path towards his goals this season, like with his base, weren't as straightforward as previous seasons. Even though not as frequently, Grian still uploads Hermitcraft, but there's no knowing what could happen in the future. Now, there's still a lot of Hermits who also seem to be posting much less than before. Let's take Scar for example, whose upload schedule has been a bit unprecedented. In episode 36, Scar stated that he's had some mental health issues at the beginning of the year that kind of prevented him from uploading as much, but unlike the other Hermits with absences, he's still completely motivated to make videos and continue with his projects. And this isn't the first time we've seen something like this from Scar. Due to Scar's condition, he's had a lot of physical health issues in the past, which also prevented him from making videos. Let's also take Rendog as an example. Early in the year, Ren's had a lot of serious issues that he had to deal with, which I don't really want to get into detail, but he has posted a Hermitcraft video called The Wave, in which he explains some of these issues and how he uses a method to overcome them. I honestly think it's a really good video, and I definitely recommend it if you're dealing with grief or big issues. In the video, Ren stated that the next couple Hermitcraft episodes were mainly gonna be for him, in which he tells his stories of his current life, and I think it's a good idea too. Now, there's a lot of other Hermits who have similar experiences with recent absences, like Stress Monster, Keralis, or Etho, but I can't really get into all of them. There's still a lot of Hermits who are pretty active, like Impulse, Tango, Doc, or Joe Hills, but these guys usually have something big going for them on the server, like Decked Out or the Perimeter. So why do a lot of the Hermits seem to be going through creative blocks, burnouts, or losses of interest all around the same time? Well, even though many of the Hermits have their own unrelated reasons, there's a lot of other factors that might come into play. I mean, we have to remember that these guys have been doing Hermitcraft episodes for over 10 years, and they haven't really had a huge break until the end of Season 8. Season 7 happened during quarantine, which gave the Hermits a lot more time to spare on Hermitcraft, but now that we're past quarantine, a lot of the Hermits seem to be focusing much more on real life stuff, like seeing their families or doing other hobbies. Even Hermits like Iskall mentioned the effects of post-quarantine. There's also the fact that the Hermits might be having a collective creative block for projects and storylines. Now don't get me wrong, the Hermits are still creating lots of new and unique projects like TCG, Decked Out, the Empire's Crossover, or the King Ren arc. But even Grian said it himself that it's becoming more challenging to come up with new ideas. Season 6 and 7 were kinda like the golden age of Hermitcraft, where the Hermits came up with server-wide events like the Prank War, the Turf War, or the Mayoral Campaign. But now that we're past that era, things are a little different. And with the overall decline of Minecraft's popularity over the past few years, I've seen a lot of people who used to watch Hermitcraft in the past who've moved on to some other things. There's also been a rise of other SMPs which might have a play, like Third, Last, or Limited Life, or Empires. But what's gonna happen in the future for Hermitcraft? Are people like Iskall or Stress gonna come back? There's no real knowing what's gonna happen, but if the Hermits who've lost a bit of interest start to regain it, or if Minecraft goes through another uprise, I think we could see the server becoming more active again. But things could also go in the opposite direction. This is not the first time something's happened like this. Take Season 5 for example, where a lot of the Hermits also started losing motivation or interest, like the NHO, and we've seen them regain it over and over again and again. So who knows, maybe Season 10 might bring something new and unique to the table. Maybe like a twist. But for now, we just gotta be patient and see where the Hermits take us. If they're losing interest or going through something, don't bother them, just let them take their time to figure things out. And in the meantime, we shall wait. But what do you think is going to happen with Hermitcraft in the future? Let me know in the comments. You might want to subscribe if you like this video because I make content just like this. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed and I'll see you in the next one. Take care everyone.